Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This place is a nightmare.
Yeah, jungly.
Oh, you can see this is interesting. That's like the end of the levels right at the beginning. But how do I get there is the question.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Davoo moved in to the house 2 months ago.
Whoa, 2 months now.
Over 2 months now.
That's time.
I think. Yeah, no,
just,
almost exactly 2 months now.
Yeah, in a couple of days it'll be 2 months.
Yeah, it's been 2 months for Ben.
Right.
But, how's it been, man?
It's been really good. You know, I was just planning on my life being better in every way, and it was. Because, I don't know, the kitchen is nice. Like, it's a well-designed kitchen, you know? I like it.
I suppose it is.
Yeah, it's got a nice big...
It's funny, my parents hate the design of the kitchen because it's too, like... I don't know. I don't actually know why.
Well,
they watch too much HGTV. That's
oh, yeah.
why.
I mean, it's not a great kitchen, but it's better than the one at my other house, so...
Yeah.
You know, like, it's got a window by the sink. That's nice.
Yeah, you were telling me to maybe discuss the topic of
right.
Oh! Of what's changed
about this house.
about
like,
the house.
The listeners of this show are probably fairly familiar with what the life and times of the people who lived in this house was like. But now, half the people who live here are different, or at least 2/5 of them are.
What do I have to do to make this stop?
So I figure the thing the audience might be the most curious about is what is different, what feels different about the house.
Well, God, not a lot.
Yeah, so that's where I keep getting stumped, as I thought there would be more to say.
I'd say the biggest difference is, like Shade and Amber having their own room, because I used to come downstairs all the time and just hang out with whoever was there. You know, like I would just. I can't stand sitting still for more than, like, 30 minutes at a time. I get up from my chair almost constantly, and I go downstairs to see what's going on. And it used to be that either Victor or Shade was probably going to be there, Victor, started getting busy with work, like a while back, so he hasn't been around as much. And now Victor practically lives with Hope, so he's barely ever here. So I can't really count on... I see. It all makes sense now. He's rarely around, so I can't really rely on him to be there to hang out with. And then Shade, we gave him a different room that used to be my parents' room. It's like all the way across the house from me.
It's got its own bathroom. It's just really spacious.
Right. But he shares it with his girlfriend. And not only is Shade hardly ever around either, because he's both in college and working a normal job. He's working at Domino's right now, and attending college, though he's probably going to stop college after this semester, because it's just not doing a whole lot for him, and seeing his girlfriend, and they both share the room. So I don't feel comfortable just like popping in at random, even, unless I know he's in there and that they're not both in there together, kind of thing.
Yes.
So basically, now I go downstairs and walk around, and Davoo and Ben are usually both in their rooms, and I just kind of don't know what to do when I go downstairs. So I'm just like, I guess I'm just here.
Yes.
I mean, Ben is often available, so I'll hang out with him, and we've been working out.
Right.
So that's been a huge part of what my life is right now.
There's so many times where it's like you are in Ben's room talking to him about a thing, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about the thing, so I like walk in, then I get sucked into like talking and conversationing for like a long time. I'm like, oh, whoops. Like one time, you were out in the back patio talking about a thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna go out there. Hopefully it won't take too much time. Then we talked, and then we decided to watch Fathead, and so we did. And that made us want to go out and get McDonald's. Then as we were eating McDonald's, we talked. Then we got home and we kept talking. Then we went up into your room and started doing like draw vlogs, but without the vlog. And then we finally like were exhausted. And I'm like, well, that was a combined total of 6 hours.
Yep. I mean, see, the thing about hanging out with me, and this is dangerous for everybody I know, is that I work very fast and I make a lot of money. And those two things are not true for everybody.
Right.
And it makes hanging out with me a very dangerous thing because I don't value my time. You know, I work so fast that I don't need to be working every day or, you know, all day every day in order to get my stuff done. I can, like, you know, when if in the event that, let's say I wasted a whole month. Let's say I just don't do anything for like 3 weeks. I do absolutely nothing. And then in that last week, I have to try to do enough work to compensate for the whole month. I can do that. That's not hard for me, you know? So for me, my time means so little. And my money means so little because I make enough money that I can just go out to eat whenever I want. So for me, it's like I'm constantly on the prowl for, hey, anybody who wants to go hang out for 10 hours or wants to go get some food somewhere and spend $20, you know, just let me know. And of course, everyone's always tempted.
Right.
Because everyone wants to do those things.
Yeah, you always make it sound so enticing.
Right, but nobody else can actually afford to do those things, both in terms of money and time.
I've never had anyone convince me to excitedly go to a gas station as many times as you have. So, like, I know Wawa has a lot of cool food in it, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Wawa. I don't know how you're able to, like, prompt me with that question in a way that, like, makes me go, yeah.
Especially considering I usually just go, hey, want to go to Wawa? That's usually all it is.
I don't know, maybe it's just a fun-sounding store. Like, Wawa, yeah.
It's a great name for a place.
Wawa, sure do.
Wah. Yeah, it's, yeah, I don't know, but I just think I think it's legitimately dangerous for everybody else. And Victor figured this out years ago.
Yeah.
Because Victor's been dragged into so much, and he still falls for it. He still ends up spending money when he doesn't want to all the time.
Right.
And because it's like, of course I want to do those things. Of course I want to go eat. Of course I want to go, you know, hang out and talk, because those are the two things I would most like to be doing in my life in general.
Yes.
But only I can really afford to be doing that. And so everyone else, you really need to take it upon yourself to be careful.
Right.
When you're around.
I am becoming more careful, like, gradually. But for a while, I felt like it was okay for me to be more splurgy because I had spent, like, a number of years, like, refusing to do as many fun things as mentally possible.
Oh, what the fuck was that? I missed, like, the dead center of the thing, and it didn't take
Like, partly it was because, like, back when I was, like, designing, like, an RPG, like, with game design, you can just, like, start working and just never, ever stop, like, without ever having to think twice. Whereas with, like, making videos, you have to, like, be in a certain state of mind that requires taking lots of breaks. But I think for 2013, I, like, one time at the end of the year, had a moment where I was just sitting around my brother's room not doing anything. Like, I was intense. I, like, probably watched...
Fucking shit! This fucking hole!
I probably watched a grand total of 15 movies. Like, from any medium, any format, any means of watching a movie. Probably only 15 times for the entirety of 2013. So
I mean, I've only seen, like, 5 movies this year.
I'm talking, like, not just going to a theater. I'm talking, like, even sitting down...
I don't think I've watched more than like 5 or 6 movies this year.
Well,
but I mean, I've watched shit tons of anime, so there's that.
But yeah, I just have really intensified myself. It's much easier to be determined to not do fun things when you have a normal job you're going to and trying to escape from. It makes me constantly pissed off. My pissed offedness is a great motivator.
Yes.
That I now no longer have.
Let's all get in the motivator and drive on down to the swamp.
Yeah, the swamp.
Swamp driving in a motivator.
Yeah. Let's get this thing stuck.
I feel a weird desire to actually go drive something called a motivator.
Yes.
How do I do this? Okay. Let's
like all during RadCon, I was spending money on things, like, because we just go to a store and you want to buy at least something.
Yeah.
And I bought something a couple too many times, but I think I did a pretty good job, with one exception. So now I finally started saving up money. You know, here's my method for saving up money: is I just put as much money as possible into savings as soon as I get money. And then
that's
like
how you're meant to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I think about how much money is the minimum that I can safely get by with. And that's the only amount that I let stay in my not savings. That
Yeah.
way I can only justify buying things I need, like food.
And hookers.
Yes. How am I gonna be able to catch fish otherwise? I want to try and taste fish. You need hooks. Oh.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to get fish. You told me that fish is good.
Yes. Fish.
Actually, wait. I've already eaten fish. I know what fish tastes like. I don't need you to tell me.
Right.
But yeah.
Well,
I wanna try out
specifically, I
fish.
told you that fish is the healthiest meat you
Right.
can eat, or healthiest protein source.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if you can really call it a meat. It's more just like condensed cereal, soggy. Soggy cereal, but it tastes way better. That's fish, man. So I guess this dude is not Game & Watch. He doesn't really look anything like him, really.
I don't know what any of these items do.
Yeah.
Let's go fight the fucking boss. Boss nigga. Oh, it's a big evil plane.
Oh yeah, the reason why when we go to a grocery store, I always get all of my shopping done pretty quickly. And there's been a couple of times, or at least one time, where I just like straight up put all my stuff in the car, then went back into the store just to walk around.
And wait for me and
Yeah. And that's just because I buy the same food every time.
Yeah. All you eat is chicken and tea.
Yes. I just had some chicken and now I'm drinking some tea.
How the fuck do I hurt this guy? Do I do the crown?
Like, I don't know. For some reason, I just naturally like come up with like one genre of culinary concoction, and I
got
just
some
make
concoction for you.
and I just make it every day for like 6 months until I get sick of it, and then I just come up with a new concoction.
Wait, why didn't that work? How do I hit that? What do I? I'm not entirely sure how I hurt him last time.
Whereas you seem to have a pretty high standard for like variety.
Yes,
You always buy different things.
I cannot eat the same thing like in a row.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Like what did your family do for leftovers? You just didn't have.
We did
leftovers?
not eat leftovers.
Would you just throw it away and make sure you didn't have leftovers? Like you just made sure to not make too much?
Ideally, we made sure to not make too much. Often, we just threw away a bunch of extra food.
Huh.
But, like, because my dad is really weird. Not just my dad. All of us are really weird about, except for my mom, about, like, eating something that's not fresh and new. You know, like, oh, what the fuck? I'm a zombie.
Whoa.
Like, in particular, just, will that kill me or help me? Do you think touching that light will kill me or help me?
Probably help you?
I don't know. I'm just noticing there's ladders in here.
Yeah, I was wondering why you weren't climbing them.
Let's go right to the light and see if that helps. Nope, it killed.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, it helped. Okay.
You know what's interesting is that all the status effects in this game like are not based off of a timer, I believe. They're always like reversed based on some sort of contextual like event, you know?
I'm not entirely sure about that because I haven't figured out in some of the cases what is causing it to stop.
Anyway, yeah. Your standards for variety, I'm sure you probably enjoy food more than me.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't know. It's weird for me. Like, it makes me wonder if I were to enforce that kind of variety upon myself, would I be constantly enjoying my food all the time so much more? Because I feel like I just enjoy the specific concoction I make so much.
the chicken and tea.
Yeah, I just take like chicken thigh or chicken breast, and I start cooking it with a little bit of water. No, a little bit of butter, and then mostly water to keep it moist. Then I put some scallions, which I call green onions, which are what they're really called. Put those in there, so it gets an oniony flavor. Then when they start to cook a bit, I put some mushrooms, and I don't even chop them. I just like crimple them in my hand.
Crimple 'em.
Yes, and then I put at the very end.
Look at that fucking lift.
Whoa, yeah, I put
There's
on a
no
little.
way he could lift that like that.
At the very end, I put on a bunch of spinach, and then I eat it, and it's good. I don't know. I feel like I enjoy that so much every time.
That there's no reason to eat anything else.
Yeah, but then again, like on the occasion that I do eat something like a Five Guys burger, I'm just like reeling in satisfaction for like 5 minutes. I'm just like, yes,
See, I've become spoiled because I can eat something that satisfying every day, and therefore anything less is just like, you know, not worth it.
Yeah, but chicken thighs are like delicious. Like they're so silky and the texture is amazing. And
I'm not a big chicken guy.
I mean, chicken breast is like pretty alright, but chicken thigh is just like just like dissolves in your mouth or whatever. Some food critic term that sounds sexy to describe chicken thighs.
It oozes.
Yeah.
It oozes into your uvula. like a sloppy trail of STD-ridden pussy juice.
Yes.
Succulently sliding down your uvula.
Yeah.
Have I made that sound delicious?
Oh yeah, so basically the you know, when you had been trying to like get more healthy, like leading up to RadCon, and so had I.
Yes.
Then when RadCon happened, we got more unhealthy because it was a Viking celebration.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It was basically Valhalla. We ate and fought and ate and fought.
Like Jesse was like feeling bad about how like the way we were all eating. He was like, "Oh man, I'm getting all my fat back," and I was like, and I just described it as a Viking celebration, and like he like perked up. He's like, "Yeah, that's what it is."
He said that he went to RadCon fully expecting it to be like that. You know, like he knew it was gonna be a week of indulgence.
Right.
But he had lost a ton of weight right before RadCon.
It's amazing.
And then gained a lot back.
Like I had a lot of confidence going into being more healthy just from hearing how successful he was with it. Like,
well, all he did was not eat.
Yeah.
He just went full anemic.
Yeah.
Not anemic. What's the word for people?
Bulimic?
Well, that's when you puke.
Oh. Bolivia?
No, not that one. That's the country.
Malaria?
That's also a country. Called Africa.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And,
anyway, so once RadCon was over, I got 3 donuts. I was only able to eat 2.5. Then I was like, all right, yeah, these 3 donuts are my closing statement on RadCon. Then I'm gonna get healthy, and I did. I think so. You know, I just eat the chicken and tea.
Chicken and tea.
And then occasionally we'll go out and get something more indulgent, because after all, I need to get nutrients for my brain, which is made out of fat, right? Gotta eat some fat so I can have my brain still.
Gotta get that back fat.
So yeah, like the way that the Fathead documentary explained it,
Shit, I lost it.
made it sound like if you just eat super healthy all the time, but then occasionally indulge yourself on something that you crave, then that's like a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that you should necessarily take all of your nutritional advice from one documentary, but
well, that's the thing. Which documentary do you do?
You just do all of them.
You just gotta do all the documentaries.
You go on Reddit or something and you read like a ton of articles.
And eventually, like, you basically use like the process of elimination.
Shit.
Like,
oh my God,
when you read enough sources, you eventually can tell which ones are the more legit, right?
Right.
That's my experience as well. That's the kind of thing I'm always trying to tell you, or especially Jesse, when you're like, there's no way to like,
damn it!
There's no way to like know the truth or the facts. I'm like, if you read enough articles, eventually the truth can be derived from them.
It's not the truth. It's just what you've decided is like what is most believable.
Yeah.
You know, it's the conclusion you yourself have drawn from all the data you've got. Anyway, next time on Digibros, maybe I won't fucking die to this fucking boss again.
Yeah. Let me go pee.